Hi creator, welcome to Odessa Rose Creates, and today is National Hot Chocolate Day. So I made myself some hot chocolate, and it's almost too hot to drink, and I'll be drinking that as we go. And it's National Inspire Your Heart with Art Day. I think I got that right. So we're going to do a little both, hot chocolate and art, with our Couture silkscreen transfers. So let me just catch myself here live. Say hello if you're watching, and please go to my page and give it a like. I'm getting close to 2,000 likes. I have over 2,000 followers, but not likes. I'm 1,900 and something. So share it with your friend, and let's see if I can get that up to 2,000 and make my day. So I'm going to do a twist on I'll Love You Till the Cows Come Home. We're going to change it up a little bit to match my country charm series that I'm doing. I've got a little paint on that. So we're going to kind of make it a little bit more whimsical. Let's see if we can do that. I wanted to show you my last piece I did for that. Not my last piece, but the piece I did last. Yesterday is this carrots, and I've been wanting to do carrots. I was thinking about doing buffalo plaid carrots, but I decided to do it this way. And these were a transfer for trees in a retired set of transfers called Winter Woodland series, and they were kind of a contemporary look on trees, but I turned them upside down. There's two sizes, the shorter one and then this taller one. So I turned them around and made them into carrots. And then these little stems is from, I don't know the name of it, but it came out last year, a big handheld bouquet. And these were the stems for the flowers in it, and I believe that's going to be retiring soon. I love these. This is like they came together and then they got longer. So this was the long side and this was a short side of the stems. And I use those for hay, like in my scarecrow head that I made. So there's other uses out of transfers. You just gotta think outside the box and think, what else can I do with that? I layered the purple carrot with an old damask transfer print that it's no longer available, but you can use any different pattern over that if you have these trees. And then this bee came from the Bee Mary porch board transfer. And then Fabulous, Bee Fabulous was a transfer. It was a club of the month this past year. And then I did the large polka dot pattern back behind, which I believe is no longer available too. So this is a lot of no longer available transfers, but that's what's great about being a designer or a customer of Couture, and you start collecting transfers, and you can rethink, repurpose, reinvent, all those good things, and come up with a new design. So that's what's fun about working with our transfers. So that was my Be Fabulous. In other words, stand out in the crowd. So there you go. There's that one. My other pieces to the collection I've showed several times. You can look on my live from the other day. I showed them, and I have pictures and whatnot on my Facebook page. So check them out. Let me see who's watching. I gotta turn my iPad to see the comments. So let's take a look. Hi Shirley, hi Vicky, hi Cheryl, hello, hello. I know there's more of you out there because I see the number up there, but so give a shout out if you're watching. And this is a thought in progress here, so we'll see how it goes, see how it works. So I'm taking our quilt blocks. There's 4 different quilt blocks that came in a pattern. I believe these are discontinuing or retiring here real soon. If not today, then probably by sometime in February. So take a look at those on our site, which is couture.com/Odessa Rose. and that's where you can find the Couture products that I'm working with today. Some of them might be retired, but there's all kinds of transfers you can work with to create. This is another set of patterns with the daisy. It comes with 4 different patterns, and this is one of them. So I already laid this out to see how it looked. I'm going to do some quilt blocks behind a cow, and I'm using this cow. This is from Fresh from the Farm set. Hi, Janice. Thank you. And I just kind of wanted a random quilt blocks behind the cow. So I layered these 2 together. So to layer them, you just put one on top of the other. And here you got to make sure you line it perfectly so you can get, all the triangles filled in with the flowers. So you just lay them on top, line up the sides, and then put it where you want it. And then you just chalk over. So then you're going to be left with flowers on the quilt pieces. See that there? Hello. Hi, Tonda. Hi, Roxanne. Okay, so that's how I layered to get the flowers on the quilt. Just lay them on top of each other. And they're not going to stick to each other when they're laid like this. If you did sticky side, then you've got a problem. But like that, they're going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I washed these already, and I'm going to put the papers back on them and set them aside. I just wanted to show you how I did that, because we're going to do another. That does not want to fit on that one. It must fit on this one. We're going to do another section of quilt blocks layering with some mini polka dots. And so it is going to say "Love you till the cows come home," but we're not going to use. We're going to use this "Love you," and then this part of "Till the cows come home." So we're kind of changing it up a little bit. Where can I lay these? I'll lay them right there. So now we're going to take a different block in a different pattern. This is an old little mini polka dot pattern. You can use, if you have other patterns, you can use any pattern you want. Okay, so I'm going to overlay it. I laid this on the diagonal a little bit. So this one's going to be on the diagonal too, slightly. But I don't want it to go on top of this quilt block. So I'm going to mask this off with painter's tape. Hi, Beverly. So just take some painter's tape. And you got to make sure it's exactly the square, because you don't want your tape over in this area. Okay. That piece I got right here. So I'm just making sure my ends of my tape are going to be square. So we don't want any paste to come over on this block of my quilt. And I'm making it abstracty, so I'm not making it, that's why I laid it diagonally. So it's not going to be like perfect. It's like, I think, like it's tossed on the bed. The quilt is tossed on the bed. Okay, so I got my pattern down. And I'm going to remember not to chalk past the blue line. Hi, Holly. And the trick is, I wish this was a little bit wider, because I'm not going to get it all done with one swipe. So I'll have to pick it up and then lay it back over here. Looks like. Let me think this over a little bit, because all that's going to show up is the polka dots. So what I might do is do this color, let it dry, and then I'll lay the polka dots on top of it. Because if I did this now, the only thing that's going to show up is polka dots, and I want more color than that. So let's do it in the, like the, maybe this marvelous, and then we'll polka dot over it in like regal. So you always gotta think ahead of what is it gonna look like. So I'm taking my marvelous and going to go over it. When I do my cow, I'll probably do my cow in black so it shows up on top of these colors. So I'm going to have to pick this up, dry it, and then lay it back down and put the polka dots on. Or I could put the polka dots over the whole thing, and then the pieces that aren't chalked would also be polka dot. So that's an idea. Okay, so I'm going to dry this. I might do that. I might just chalk the polka dots that's in the white areas. So we have two different patterns on the quilt. If that makes sense. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so I'm going to lay this in the water. I think I'm done with this. I'm going to lay the polka dots on top, but I'm only going to chalk in the white areas. That makes sense. Then I'll have a polka dot pattern and a mauve pattern on the same block. So here I might want to put some tape just so I have a nice straight edge, like right here. And then across here. Okay. So I'm only going to polka dot the white areas. And we'll do that in the regal. Good morning, Phyllis. How are you? We're working on a new sign for my Country Charm collection. This was going to have Love You to the Cows Come Home, but we're going to change up the fonts on the same, on this one. We'll use, on this part, we'll use this Till the Cows Come Home, but I'm going to use a different Love You from the Bushel and a Peck. But behind our cow, which is going to be a different cow also, we're going to use our cow from Fresh from the Farm. We're putting some quilt blocks behind it all, just to give it some character. And I'll probably have to do a paste and peel because we have lots of area to cover here. And I'm just doing the polka dots in the white area of the quilt. See that? It's gonna look cute. Keep going here. Let's see. These polka dots are kind of worn looking dots. They have the silk screen in the areas that make them look like they're got dimension to them, I guess you could say. Some of them will be covered up with the cow, but I'll just go ahead and do them all. And actually, probably won't need to do these because that is where the cow will be. So I'm not going to worry about putting the dots on these. Oops, there must not have been any dots on that little piece there. Let me lay it back down. Let's see. I feel like there should be a dot in there, right? Yep, there was one. I'll slide it. Put it right there. Okay, so there's my polka dots. We'll lay that in the water. All right, and next will be the quilt block on the bottom. So I'm gonna pick these up. Show it to you. So we got these two quilt blocks. Okay. I was thinking about coloring in these with watercolor, but I might just leave them. It's kind of funky. All right, so let's do another quilt block here at the bottom. And we might have to do two, maybe. I have 4 quilt blocks, so you can always, I want to make it more random though. Maybe I should do it like this. Kind of crazy, and we'll again block off this quilt here since we're overlapping. Definitely going to go with greens down at the bottom to represent the grass. I love the way you're using the quilt blocks. Yeah, it's going to be fun, I think. Since this is kind of this theme that I've been doing on my last set of designs are kind of whimsical country charm. So that's why we're doing it kind of crazy. And let's find another. I want mostly green, so I might go ahead and do it all in green and then do the same thing, overlap like that. So, or we'll watercolor in it. Although I'm not, the paint on this will take the watercolor very well. We'll see. Hi Sherry. Hi Carolyn. And Emily. Hello, hello. Okay, we got some pesto here. I'm again keeping with the colors that I've already been working in my other pieces, which I have out here on my desk. So let's do this in green. overlapping our quilt blocks, but I'm taping them off so they don't chalk on top of each other. Just kind of making it look like a crazy old quilt laying on top of the bed, all messy. Alright, I think I got it all covered. Always put our extra paste back in our jar. And let's pick this up. Fun. Like that. I'm going to lay that in my water again. The trick is pushing it down in the water so it gets all wet. Okay. Alright, so let's dry that. Hi, Joyce. How is everyone doing today? It's hot chocolate day. I got me some right here. But I'm not a coffee drinker, so it's hot. And my mouth is a wimp when it comes to hot drinks. But, yikes, it's still pretty hot. That's the disadvantage of these type of cups, to keep things hot and cold. Well, then your hot drink doesn't cool off very quickly. You gotta wait like an hour to drink it. Seems like it anyway. What would really look cute here is some plaid. I should go get my big mini plaid. Hold on. Found it. You don't drink coffee? No, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee or tea. I don't drink much caffeine at all. If I do have it in a cola, Diet Coke or something, it usually keeps me awake. No matter what time of the day I drink it. So, and it's getting worse. So if I want to stay awake, I'll drink a Diet Coke. But I'll buy a lot of caffeine-free Diet Coke if I can get it. It's hard to get that in a restaurant. Some, and I say some, very few might have it in a soft drink in a fast food. But yeah, I can't really take caffeine anymore. And I never really was a caffeine drinker. I didn't drink tea or coffee. And then just Diet Coke once in a while. But yeah, and lately I've haven't been sleeping very well anyway. So I think I'll put it on top of this. And maybe I'll do it in I should do it in a really crazy color, like an opposite. Even though it's on the bottom. Maybe like this pumpkin pie. This would be in pumpkin pie plaid. That'd be kind of fun. It'll tie that color in. So I gotta, again, tape off my quilt on this side so that it doesn't get on this quilt. So yeah, I just don't do the whole caffeine thing. Yep. You're having coffee. I don't blame you. Hi, Trisha. All right, so let's put some buffalo plaid on here for kicks and giggles. Wait a minute, I gotta put my, can't do that. I gotta put my pattern on it, or it's gonna go on top of my pattern. Unless I just did the white areas. That could be tricky. Let's try it. This is not sticky at all, hardly, so that could be another problem. I'm gonna try to put it straight with the blocks. This might be a little hard without having to tape it all off. Well, I can try it. Basically, it's going to take a little bit of time, but we did this block. Let's start from left to right. Might help hold down my transfer a little bit too, because it's not sticky anymore. Thank you, Trisha. Will this be worth it? We will find out. This transfer is not sticking. Okay, let's put the pumpkin in there. Bring a little bit of fall color in. Get a little squeegee. I wouldn't want to do this on a very big piece. It would take a long time to tape everything off. But today's Inspire Your Heart with Art Day. So I'm here to inspire your hearts with Couture. Okay, let's go over here while that dries. Okay, we got that. And this big one here. Let's do this. So what's everyone else doing today? Do you ever run into an issue of the first layer of chalk peeling up along this? Once in a while. For some reason, I don't know how long you've been working with chalk, but last summer we had the sunglasses for the Hello Summer, and that one did that a lot when I was trying to do the sunglasses. But I haven't had trouble with it lately. I don't know. I'm not sure why it does it, or if it's the surface, if it's the paste, if it's, I don't know. But yeah, it can happen. All right. Lift up, lift up. Now we got to do, they need to be dry. That's the problem. So sorry this is taking so long, but you know, when you want cuteness, sometimes you just have to wait. Gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, and there's tape under there, so that should be okay. Here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is why making a quilt takes so long. I think it's also National Backwards Day. And the only thing I could think about backwards is my husband used to referee basketball. and he could run backwards so fast while the players were coming down the court. And then my son is the same way, who's also an excellent runner. Can run backwards. So easy. They make it look so easy. Alright, got this one here to do. Hi Barbara, where are you getting these beautiful surfaces? I tell you, a lot of my surfaces I buy on clearance, like at anywhere, but mostly Hobby Lobby, but I'll look anywhere and I'll just repaint them. Some of my surface, I'm also a retailer, so I have wholesale accounts and I'll look for them there too. But you know, with wholesale you got to make big orders, so kind of just depends. The best way is to get them like Hobby Lobby when they're 75-90% off, because then you have a big variety of surfaces, which I like. So you just got to get out there and shop. Now we just have these little ones down here. Let's pick that up so it doesn't stick in the screen. Oh, they're getting all wet with paste. Yeah, so that's where most of my surfaces come from. Most of them are Hobby Lobby or anywhere I find something cheap and just repaint it. You can get these both at the same time. Okay. Still have one little one left right here, and then we're done with this. Then we can move on to more fun stuff. All right, I'm gonna throw all these tapes away because they're just going to be in the way. Okay. And there's our plaid on our quilt. I'll just wash that later. Alright. I can pick these up. Now we just have one area of that doesn't have a quilt on it right here. And I want to take that off. Gotta dry a little bit. Oh, goodness. Piece of tape down here, and then I'll just put this other don't need that one. Got one more quilt block we can just lay in this area and chalk in. Right there with it. I'll go back to the Regal dark purple color. Trying to line it up perfectly with the tape right along the edge. There we go. Okay. Clear down to the corner. You think there'd be more because of the pattern, but there isn't. All right. All right, let's blow dry this all. Clean up our paint. Hi, Morgan. All right, we're just gonna put these pastes away, and then we're gonna put our cow on next. I should probably call this piece Crazy Quilt, because that's what it's ended up being. Kind of reminds me of John's grandmother. When she was still alive, she made quilts for all her grandkids. And as she got older, they kind of got to be really, how do I want to say it? Like this. Not very coordinated. And, they always kind of started laughing, not at her, but that they were kind of getting uglier as she was aging. But ours, the one we have, kind of is a hodgepodge of colors, so it kind of reminds me of that. So I might have to call it Grandma Anna's quilt. Bless her heart. That was a lot of quilting she did. And I still have it. It's in our... had it folded up nicely in our guest bedroom closet, so when you open it up you see it right away. If they need extra warmth, there it is. That was fun. Okay, let's do our cow. I'm gonna lay our cow right here, and then I want to do Love You. I'm not even going to use the word I, just say love you to the cows come home. And, yeah, I think that'll all fit. And then this part will be till the cows come home underneath the cow. Should fit fine. So somewhere in here is where we're going to put it. And I'm going to use, it's kind of my charcoal color I made. It's black and white mixed. So it's not a deep black. It's just kind of a really dark gray. Hi, now is it Deveray? Or is that how you pronounce your name? Devery? I like your name. I have an Avery daughter named Avery. How old is she? She's 26 now? I think. Okay. Somewhere in here. Till the cows come home. Plenty of room. Make sure I don't need to drop this down a little bit. Love you. Till the cows come home. Okay. That looks good. Stick it down. Right on top of this crazy quilt. So you're going to see less and less quilt as we put our top layer on. I don't have a whole lot of this mixed up right now, but hopefully it'll be enough. I picked this cow because it's bigger than that cow and it's more solid, and I knew I was going to be putting on top of these other colors, so I wanted it to be more solid. Instead of it more, this one has more outlines of the coloring and more defined on the cow, where this one's more just a basic shape. And it's a little bit more whimsical, I guess, if it's just basic. Okay, now we're just skimming it down to a nice thin coat. Making sure all the silkscreen areas are covered. I think I did miss this little horn right there a little bit. Okay. See how it looks. See, it was starting to dry a little bit. I'm going to go over it again. See if I can get that to stick better. There we go. Same thing down here. Sometimes when you go through all these layers of paste underneath, it kind of doesn't want to hit all the areas. You almost have to leave it on thicker. There we go. That's pretty good. Right there, I might have to fill that in a little bit. But not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, and its hoof. A few places. I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll screen over it after it dries and after I clean my transfer again. It's looking pretty cute. Really shows up well on this black frame. That sounded just like I was talking at a cattle show, the judge. Right here, the hoof didn't show in, right there, and a little bit right there. So I'll have to go over it again, but it turned out really cute. On our crazy, crazy quilt. And you can see how the purples tie across this way and the oranges tie across that way. So it looks kind of cool. I still think, even though the pattern didn't allow any more purple, I might come in and put another purple block right in here just to give it, this corner, a little bit more color. But all my quilt blocks are in the water, so I'll do that later. But, and then there's a little overrun right here. And I think I'll just take my white chalk marker. If it doesn't come off, I'll try wet wipe first. But yeah, it's not bad. I kind of like her. So if this doesn't come off with the wet wipe, then I'll just use the chalk marker. Oh, but it's coming off really good. So just kind of an overrun underneath the transfer right there. If my cow was solid black, I would just take my black marker, chalk marker, and fill in these areas. But since I did her in the charcoal color that I made, I'll have to lay the transfer back over and fill in right here. It didn't quite fill in, and then right here on her hoof. And that's because of all the rises of the chalk paste underneath it, I think. But the pattern naturally had the speckles on the cow right here, so that is supposed to be there, which gives her a little color. Those are in the transfer, so those are normal. But right up here, you can see the daisy. It didn't quite print right there and right here on her hoof. So I'll fix those after I clean the transfer. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and do our Love You and Till the Cows Come Home. Okay, so I'm going to just throw that in the water too. And I'm really pleased how she's turning out. Now the question is our coloring up here. I can do Love, probably in the Regal, and then You, I could do in what? Let me think. I kind of just want to stick with these colors. I got enough colors going on. I don't really want to add any more color. But it's either going to have to be all black or all charcoal, I should say. Or I could just do it in black. And then it would all show up better. Because when you get to all these background colors, it's hard to... The dark Regal would show up right here. But maybe not so much over in here when you start... Maybe it might here. Let's see where Till the Cows Come Home. Yeah, I was just using a hairdryer with cold air, but it takes a little bit longer. This is a heat gun that you use for embossing, and I've had this for years and years and years, and it did actually make my move over here to Omaha. Like a lot of my stuff I got rid of, but I did keep it, and I thought, well, I'm going to try it, and it does dry it a little bit faster, but it also can make your board warm, so you got to be... Especially if you're going to apply wax right away and your board is warm, then your wax gets, almost greasy because it gets too hot. So you just got to be careful how you use it. And it's not as noisy when I'm on live, so at least I don't think it is. So that's why I use it. But usually I use a cool hair dryer. They say not to use heat, and I have gotten too close, and the heat and the chalk kind of humped up a little bit, like it got almost baked. So you have to be careful. Till the Cows Come Home. I'm not going to do all the scrolly parts. I'm just going to do the words, and I'm probably going to need to do them in black so they show up. And somewhere in there, her feet are up here. I just don't want them words running into her feet. So that looks pretty good. Okay, let's just use black. That way if I need to fill any areas, I can just use my black chalk marker, which is awesome. take a look. Kind of spilled out a little bit. Till the cows come home. Dry that. Alright, do I want to do that in black? I feel like I want to do it in the regal. At least the love you part. We'll see. Alright, so this is the top half of Love You, A Bushel and a Peck. And I'm just going to use the word love you. Not even I love you. Because it's supposed to be I will love you. So I'm just do I love you. Or I'm just going to do love you. That's what I'm going to do. Let me get it together here. Yeah. And I'm not going to bring the Y all the way down. Because I don't know if I want to. How far I want to do that. Okay, since I'm going to measure from these points to the edge, just so I have it centered correctly. So that's about 4.2. Yeah, I need to move it to the right a little bit. Bingo. Perfect. Okay, now colors. Although I do kind of think a red would look kind of neat, maybe, but I don't. Oh, I could do my brick color. Where's my brick? This is brick. I'd be bringing in another color. Otherwise, I don't have to do it in green. I don't feel like green is a very loving color, but I could do the love in brick and the U in green, maybe. Or do it all in regal. I'm just going to do it all in regal, I guess. Sorry. It's taking me forever to decide. I think I'll loop this up and then just drop it right here, which will be on the cow's back. But I think that'll look cute. We're not doing that. At least this transfer is sticking well because it's an older transfer. Let's see, I'm out of big squeegees. Oops, I guess I'll do the heart too. Since I already started chalking the dots, which I wasn't going to. Alright, let's take a look. There. Well, she's whimsical, alright. Kind of funny. I do think I'll try to put some kind of a block right here. Just put a little regal down here. But I just need to clean it up now. I'm going to clean this up a little bit with the marker, but I'm going to clean this transfer and replace her little spots right there. Add a little something right in here maybe. Otherwise it looks pretty good. And then I will antique it a little bit. I like to use this distressed ink. Take your little sponge and just kind of antique the edges just to make it a little more vintage. And then when it's all done, I will wax it, rub on this finishing paste. This is dyed in a special dark, so again we'll tone down the colors and darken it a little bit and age it and make it vintage looking also. But I can't do all that until I get my transfers dried and clean, and I'll put a little purple square somewhere right in here. And then I'm going to fix these and clean that down here a little bit. So thanks for chalking with me, guys. I'll finish it up here in a little bit. You don't need to watch me clean my transfers. So we just clean them in water, get all the chalk off, let them dry. And when we're done, we'll put them back on our papers and put them away and use them again next time. So thanks for watching, and chalk with me. How do I say it? I'll chalk with you later. Bye. Have a good one. Enjoy your hot chocolate.